Hello and welcome to Archlight Games. We are back in Factorio with Bob's Mods. Now today's goal is to get our copper up and running. And I was looking at this between episodes and I actually realised I have not future-proofed this. And I need to fix that up before we go any further. So, I'm going to restart all of this. Restart all of this. And we'll try and keep going with our coal on the side, but we actually need to redo a lot of this. So, furnaces at the moment are 2x2 squares. The future ones become 3x3, which means when we upgrade, this row will have to be moved across one, because we still need those inserters to take things out. And this will actually need to be moved across two. That becomes a big mess. So instead, get rid of everything. We'll start again from scratch almost. So, this will be a permanent line. This will always be here. Which means we can, our upgraded furnace will be taking up this space here. So we'll put down one now, basic one, and we'll expand it from there. Then we need to output from there. Ultimately we'll be outputting here, but it won't work with our current setup. We'll drop you down, we'll move you out. So that will end up being there. Next one will go there. Exporting there. Iron line out this way. What I'll do is I'll make a electric mining drill and some more transport belt for the next part, getting copper ore over here. This is fine. This will eventually be removed, but for the time being we can leave it there. Ooh. And this is actually in the wrong place. This is not fine. This will need to be removed. Gotta try something actually. In theory, this belt will put onto there properly. We'll put on anything onto these parts equally. In theory. Haven't tested it. We'll find out. So I need to space this out one and then go up to the central line. This central line will now be permanent. These are only temporary while we have 2x2. Which means I can put in another one of those. And then our inserters. Furnaces, they can actually go there. No, we don't want it there, we want it there. So that's going to be the permanent line 3, yep. It's very easy to make these mistakes. First time around, that's what I did. A lot of, you're like, oh yes, we'll put a furnace here, and we'll just let it go. Eventually, you realize, oh hey, this will not fit here at all in the future. So, future planning, really helpful in this game. Now, I can see up our copper line, which will also be permanent. Oops, that probably won't mess anything up, fortunately enough. Then we need a splitter there. No, we'll move the splitter around. So, furnace will go there. I need more inserters. Grab some more iron plate. Gonna need a large transport belt. So it will go inserter, inserter, one line in, line out, one line in. And then we'll go inserter that way. This coal line needs to move back. Oops, wrong slot. pseudo there, coal line. So this will be our permanent copper line. Okay, I'm also going to have to move our iron line away. A driller will go 3x3 here. And then we can go up this way to here. Rotate you around. And we should be all good. I'll put our splitter in here and here. Rotate you up. Rotate you up and take you away. Don't need you. That will be our copper line coming in. This will be our iron line. Splitting onto here. Coal needs to go into there. And that's going to be the tricky part. I feel like I've made this a lot more difficult for myself. I think we can remove this furnace. Move it up there. And then we still know that we have enough space in the future. Ah! That's going to be tricky. That rock's really in the way there. Since I know this isn't permanent, I'm just going to move this around. Looks stupid, I know, but it will get the job done. Yay! Now everything can continue. Okay. These are now future-proofed. Could I have done this at a different time? Yes, but I decided I want to do it straight away, get it done, and make sure that it's not going to be in the way for anything else. So, that will go there, make our coal go in there, so coal will come out here, split off here. Oops, I need more underground belt. No, I don't. I just need to move this one. Now, in theory, this will split coal to both lines. In theory. So now coal is getting split here, coming underneath here, coming out here, and will be split between the two lines. No, it won't. Interesting. This changes things. I will remove this one. Is that what I want to do? I'm not sure. That's what I'm doing. You can go there, and then you can go up. Do I actually need to remove that one? No. Because I can do this. Yay for workarounds. I know it looks silly. Again, not permanent, but is future-proofed now. Excellent. Everything's working. Heaps of iron coming through, just as we need. Right, now let's get our copper over here. I'll build this one from the back. Ah. Notice that I'm not actually running on the transport belt there. If you run along the transport belt, you go really fast. If you run against it, you go a lot slower. So I've got to make sure that I'm not actually on the transport belt when I'm running along it. So this line should, in theory... Oops, wrong way again. This line, in theory, should just lead me directly to where my copper is. And here it is. I'm actually going to keep you going. Keep you feeding along on our copper line. Oh! Apparently I'm actually out of transport belt. You need a lot of transport belt in this game. A lot. It is really crazy just how much you really need. So I'm just framing up. Yep, framing up my electric mining drills. I like it to be kind of nice square patterns. And so in the future I'll be mining stuff over here. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll just put that one there. I'll maximize the space that's being used and for every space, for every driller. Because it doesn't just drill underneath the 3 squares, that the 9 squares I should say, the 3x3 squares that is on top of, but actually this 5x5 area. Whereas these burner miner drills only drill directly beneath them in their 2x2 squares. So this way I can put in a whole bunch evenly spaced out, works really well. Right now copper is running along our supply line. Yep, it's moving. I thought it had stuck a little bit there, but it was actually just taking a while. And in theory this will split nicely once it comes back here. I'm going to dump off this iron ore, this copper. Yay! We're in business, people. Now I need to create some more science packs, because our electronics hasn't moved at all during this entire session. But with that line being completed, we will actually have started the first part of the electronics need making copper. You need a lot of copper plate for electronics. Still early game, you still need more iron plate, particularly in terms of making a transport belt, because it takes a long time to get down here. Yep, and our copper ore is being split properly here. Very good. Now let's go put it in some science. We're going to need some more wood for electronic boards. Get that going. That's what I want. Excellent. Electricity, doing rather well. I might just put on a new boiler while I'm here. That's it, it's still going to have to wait for all the science to be made. So, why do I do this kind of design? This, I believe, is the optimal amount of boilers to steam engines possible. Whilst it's not 10 to 1 now, it'll be 10 to, I believe, 13 or 11. So we can actually just create a boiler chain all the way down. This will give us expandable production of electricity. We don't need that much electricity right now, but for the time being it's quite a good to have more electricity than you're really using, particularly when you don't have that much electricity based buildings. When you put in one thing, it can actually completely throw off all of your electricity requirements just because it's such a high demand electricity and not producing enough. So having some backup electricity never hurts. Later on when you have a huge factory, it doesn't matter so much, because any new buildings that are demanding electricity won't really affect your gigantic power supply. Cool, so copper plate production going, we've got iron plate production going, we've future-proofed our furnaces, and we are good to close this episode off. This has been Archlight Games, thanking you, and we'll see you next time.